need a dashing one, will you? Tip of the day. Find yourself a good garage or two in your hometown, where you live, or even where you dash. If you dash in a different town from where you live, then maybe find one there and find one in your own town too. It's always good to have a couple or three. And the reason for that is, if one is busier than the other, and you need something done, then you give yourself a choice. And make sure that you trust them. You're going to need more oil changes, more tyres as well. I don't necessarily say go get yourself a brand new set of tyres every time you need them. You can get some good second-hand ones. Find yourself a flipping garage that does the used tyres that have got, they'll generally let you have a look at them before they go on the car, and you get to see the tread pattern. The tread pattern's good, and there's no bumps or anything in the sidewalls, etc., or even on the tyre itself, on the surface of the tyre. And you can, depending on what size you get, I mean, if the brand new tyre is going to be, $120, $130, $140, and up. I mean, they're bloody expensive. But you're going to need them, of course. But if you go to a second-hand tyre place, they're going to cost you anything from $50, $60, $70. Most of the time, they're around about the $50 mark. But again, that all depends on your size of your tyres. I don't say go get a brand new set. I don't say don't get a brand new set. That's entirely up to you. Personally, I just go get a used tyre and put that on there, because you're going to need a bloody another one pretty soon, because you go for them. You do use them. I mean, we're doing anything for myself, I'm doing anything from 100 to 250 miles a day. So that mounts up. And then the other thing is brakes and oil changes. You're going to have a lot of oil changes, certainly a lot, especially if you're doing that sort of mileage. And if you're out here doing it every day, or out doing door dashing or whatever it is that you do, you're going to need oil changes and brakes. Beware on brakes. And also with brakes, certainly, I've got to turn this thing on. It's getting a bit chilly. Anyway,
waiting for pairing. Paired.
What Bluetooth thing? Getting tad chilly in here. Anyway, brakes. Don't go for the cheap ones. Definitely don't do that. What you need to do is make sure that you get the heavy, if it needs discs on your car, if you've got, or the rotors, whatever you want to bloody call them, when you're driving down the road and the thing's shaking like a crazy thing and you're hearing grinding, so they're going to need to put a new set of rotors on the car, or discs, what I call them, disc brakes. So if they have to put those on, don't cheap out. Go for the heavy duty 50 ones. Tell them you want the heavy duty discs on them. And also try to get Vipin ceramic pads too. They're a little bit more money, but they're less heat dissipation on them, which means they stop a heck of a lot better. Unfortunately, I hadn't long put Vipin new ones on the old van, and then the engine went. Anyway, but I would say do that. Make sure that you get the heavy duty ones, because otherwise the next time around, when you need the brakes, certainly with that one. Now I'll go with that one. My old Dodge van, I'd say old, Dodge Grand Caravan, it's 2012. It would, well, after I hadn't owned it too long, I suppose, and the brakes started flipping, juddering, and needed new discs on it. So I went to a local garage, and they ended up putting on the cheapest discs on it, and they were they were murder. They were just absolute crap, total crap. They were good about it. They put new ones on it, swapped them over. It still bloody did it. In the end, I got so sick of it that I went to a mate's garage and basically pulled the flipping things off of that. We've got it on the ramp, pulled them all off and put heavy duty flipping discs on it all round, and put ceramic pads on it. Didn't have any flipping problems at all after that. The others, binned them. And they're not cheap. They're not bloody cheap in the slightest. It's an expensive job, but just don't don't cheap out. I know that we're going to be wanting these as cheap as we can get them, but don't do that, not on the brakes. If you get the heavy duty discs, then the next time around when you need pads, you'll just get a set of pads rather than a new set of discs with it, because you're looking at about $150 to $200 a bloody disc sometimes. Again, that depends on the vehicle that you're driving, of course. But the ceramic pads are not that much more money, and having the heavy duty discs on them are not that much more money either. And it'll save you money in the long run. Definitely will. But other than that, yeah, I mean, just find yourself a couple. And if you're in a state that has to have inspections on your vehicle once a year or once every couple of years, I mean, here in Missouri we can get it inspected, and that certificate lasts 60 days. It used to be 30, but it's now 60. And then go and get it licensed, and when you get it licensed, those little silly little stickers that go in the number plates, and you can get those for up to 2 years, so you never have to see the DMV for a couple of years, which is very nice. I do welcome that. Come to think of it, I've got to do the other one too. Damn it. Anyway, so that's recommendation. Do find yourself a trusted garage to go to. Doesn't necessarily have to be a car dealership. You know, you don't have to go to Volkswagen or somewhere like that, or Dodge or Toyota or whatever. I mean, just find yourself a local garage. That can help. Don't go to, on no circumstances will I ever recommend one of those Jiffy Lubes or Meinekes or bloody what, one of those ones that does the quick oil change. No, don't even bother. I know they do cheaper oil changes, but don't even try it. They've got people that work in here that haven't got a bloody clue. Some do, some don't, I know. But you have people that work in there. It's a quick process to get you in and out, in and out, in and out. And things happen. Things happen too quickly. And, you know, some of them, I've heard some such stupid things that have happened with those. They'll cross-thread the sump plug into the sump, and that's a whole lot of mess. and then they'll go fill it up, fill the thing up with oil, and you'll get somewhere around, you'll be delivering, and suddenly flipping, there's a lot of rattling in your car. And that's because the oil's bloody leaked out. Because the thing isn't sitting right. The bolt in the flipping engine sump is not flipping sitting right. And it's just been allowed to leak out. Some haven't put the gaskets on. You're supposed to flipping put a new gasket on every time you bloody change the oil on the sump plug. Some haven't done that. Some don't change the oil filter. Some don't flipping put the oil filter on correctly. Because it's just a turnover. It's just quick. In, out, in, out. Some of them just don't think. They're not in the mindset for it. Some of them are just what we call fitters, where all they do is just change stuff. They've got no noddle about how the stuff flipping works, but they just flipping open up the oil, let it out, put the flipping bolt back in it, go up and put the oil in it. But anyway, all the kids out of school, I don't know, but it's just, either way, I would never recommend one of those. They're cheap, I know, but don't do it. Go to a trusted local car dealership if you have to, or a local garage, and get them to do it. It's a bit more money, I know, and get some better oil as well. None of that thin flipping crap that some of them use too. And just keep good maintenance on the vehicles too. I mean, check your lights. It's hard to check the back ones, I know, if you're on your own, but all you have to do is pull up, have a shop front in the back, parts at the back, and then just look in your mirrors, see if everything works. Or wait for the local cop to flipping pull you over to tell you that your brake light ain't working. I had that, even though they were. Anyway, but yeah, find yourself a good mechanic, someone you trust. And, or if you're lucky enough that you can do the work yourself. I mean, I've done a lot of them, but my little fat rotund body does not want to get underneath the vehicles anymore, and do my own oil changes. Doesn't mean to say I can't. It's just that I choose not to. But I'll mess about and do other stuff anyway. Anyway, alright, so if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, please. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And both of those help the algorithms on YouTube and help the channel grow somehow or other. I don't know how all that bloody well works, but it works apparently. And hit the bell icon too, so you get warned of when the new videos come out. And
we have reached our
my GPS going off yet again.
Well, barring any last-minute technical hitches, anyway.
And I'll try to do it every morning, 7 o'clock a.m. Of course, that will be morning. And it's been a very long day. And I'll try to have a tip of the day every morning until I run out of tips. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget, it's a fun job, really. Really is a fun job. You don't have any flipping, managers or whatever on your back all the time. You don't have to meet quotas on getting stuff done, where you do have to meet a quota that you make the money that you need to help yourself through the day and through the week, and get the rent paid, get the mortgage paid, and the car paid, and everything else that we all have to pay. Oh yeah, and taxes. Must pay the government so they can go VIP and spend it on something stupid. Anyway, alright. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back on soon. Alright, have a good one. Cheers. Ta-da.